What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the third review for me. This is Life After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 52. How many more episodes do we have to go? And then I think they showed what's still to come this season. Oh, this season is boring. I had to say it. And y'all know I love me some Life After Lockup, but this season has just not been producing for me. It's just not giving what needs to be gave. But before we get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other review on the channel and are not already subscribed, then I need you guys to do me a favor and stop. Take me out on this date and hit that subscribe button, like button, notification bell button, share this video. And with that all out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Life After Lockup. This episode might not be long at all. It ain't gonna be long. It's gonna be pretty quick. I don't even know if it's gonna be 20 minutes. But let's get into the review, shall we? Alright, guys, so I'm literally gonna go in order of my notes because like not one couple in this episode had a truly, actually one couple did have an interesting scene. And part of it was fake, but part of it was real. But we'll get to them in a little bit, right? So let's start up with Stan and Lisa, right? So we see Stan's. Now, I really did, actually, in this episode, I really felt bad for Stan, right? Especially at this beginning part, I really felt bad for Stan. Because you can see that Stan still visibly, he still misses his wife. And it really hasn't been that long since his wife, Jean, passed away, right? He showed us a video of Jean. And Jean passed away in 2012. Oh, my God. 2012. Jean passed away the year that one of my uncles passed away. Jean passed away in 2012 because my twin uncle, the one that we did not expect to die, he passed away November 20. He passed away just before Thanksgiving. Actually, he passed away the week before Thanksgiving. Then my grandmother, 2013, passed away on New Year's Day. Then my other twin uncle, the one that we expected to die, he passed away January the 29th. And I know you guys might be like, y'all expected him to die? Yes, guys, we did expect him to die. My uncle had cancer, so his cancer, he was deteriorating. So yes, we were expecting him to die. Like the doctors told us he didn't have long. So yes, we did expect for that. We were prepared for his death. We had prepared ourselves for it. But my other one, his twin brother, that one came literally out the blue. We did not see that one coming. And even people in my hometown, like my best friend's mom, she was like, you know, I heard that twin passed away. And I was like, yeah, 'cause they call my uncle, they called him twin. And they were like, they're like, I heard that twin passed away. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you know, we knew he was sick, but you know, we thought he was getting, I'm like, oh no. I had to stop. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not the right one. I'm like, that's not the right uncle. She's like, it's not? I'm like, no, I'm like, that's my uncle that lived in Dallas that passed away. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that was my uncle in Dallas that passed away. I said, the other one, he's still fine. And actually, when people started seeing him around, people would see him, they were like, wait a minute. We thought you, I'm like, and I had to stop. Like one guy, I literally had to stop, like, no. Wrong one. Wrong uncle. That's not the right uncle. So yeah, I really felt, my heart really went out to Stan. So Lisa, you know what? In this episode, I'm going to leave Lisa's hair alone. I'm going to leave it alone for one episode. We're going to leave it alone. Lisa went into Stan's room, right? She got on his computer. Stan, you don't have a password on your computer? That's why I feel like some of this stuff be set up. Well, you know, Stan is a man of a certain age, but really, you ain't got no password on your computer? So that means anybody can break into your house and steal your computer and go pawn that hoe. Now, it doesn't look like it's a high-tech computer, but really? Okay. So she made a fake profile on Facebook, and I guess she friended Stan, and then he accepted it and waved at her, and she got pissed off about that. I was hella confused. Like, you're pissed off because he waved, and then he started responding to the profile, and she got upset about that. I'm like, Lisa, what did you want? What did you, I mean, you're setting him up, right? So you said stand up, make a fake profile, and then start talking to him, but you get upset when he talks to the fake profile. I don't understand it. So if I'm going to go create a fake profile to talk to my significant other, trying to see if you're cheating, which I would never do, and then you start responding to the said profile, I'm not going to get mad. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what you doing. I'm like, okay, when you get home, save that. And I'm going to leave it open for you. When you get to the crib, leave it open. Be like, hey, so you see that on the computer? You thought you were talking to another person, but you were actually talking to me. So what's up? Like, I would be like that. But Lisa's upset, and I'm thoroughly confused why she's upset, but whatever. Let's move on. Amber and Puppy. Honestly, I could have done without this scene with Amber and Puppy. So you guys remember the last episode that Amber, Puppy, Sammy, and Amber's boyfriend, whose name I forget already. You remember they went on that awkward ass double date, right? You also remember that the producer sent over that drink to Amber, right? And that Sammy got pissed off and left Amber at that restaurant by herself, right? So some days have passed. So Amber said that, a few days after, Sammy came over to talk to her, and they got into an argument at that point, right? So he flipped out on her, and now she's packing his stuff up because she don't want to deal with Sammy. I'm like, I wouldn't want to deal with him, period, right? Let's look at Sammy. Let's dissect Sammy, right? I've been saying it. I said it even in last week's episode that Sammy looks like he's strung out on meth. And I'm not being funny or anything, but look at his skin. His skin screams, I'm on meth. And Puppy comes over, right? So Puppy's checking on her because she's been calling Amber and texting Amber, but Amber hasn't answered the phone. And Amber's like, I haven't really wanted to talk to anybody, right? So then Amber tells her about the situation between she and Sammy, right? So then she packed his stuff up. So Puppy says, let's go, right? So they go, but Puppy even pointed it out. Now, when Puppy points something out, you might want to sit and actually listen to what she's saying, right? Because if Puppy's pointing it out, it's an issue. Because she even said, did you see how he was hitting that hookah? Like, I think he's still on drugs. So Amber and Puppy, they decide that they're going to go and burn Sammy's shit up, right? I'm like, okay. This is destruction of property, huh? So we're doing this on camera, huh? I'm hoping that that wasn't his stuff that they were burning. I'm really hoping that that wasn't his stuff that they were burning. Because, I mean, you guys literally documented it on camera that you guys were committing. Okay, whatever. They burned the shit. Mind you, they forgot the matches. So, I'm like, y'all forgot the matches. So, Amber, I'm like, what the hell has Amber done before? Oh, I was about to say, what did Amber put in that bottle? But I know what she put in the bottle. She put lighter fluid in the bottle. So she had a water bottle in the back of her car. She put the lighter fluid in there, and she stuck, a napkin, paper towel in there, and she lit that on fire, and she threw it in there. I'm like, Amber is kind of scaring me a little bit. Like, girl, oh wait, she did go to jail for some drugs. Amber did have a drug hit. She was a drug trafficker. I'm like, okay. It makes sense now. It makes sense. It makes sense. Girl, have you done that in real life? Have you done that before? Like, have you gone up to somebody's house and, like what happened on Power Book 3 with Lulu when Unique them came up to the house and lit that bottle on fire and threw it in the window? Have you done that before? Girl, you scaring me. Let's move on. I'm going to skip over one couple and go to the next couple. Christiana and Native American Joe Dirt John. I am so over Native American Joe Dirt. He is controlling. That's the issue that I have with him. He always wants to say things are about him and Christiana, but it's not about you and Christiana. Everything that you do it for yourself. You always have self in mind. You never once think about Christiana. It's always about self. And that's my issue with Native American Joe Dirt. It's about self. So I think this is a continuation scene from the last episode that we got with Native American Joe Dirt and Christiana, right? So you guys remember that Christiana and her mom, they went wedding dress shopping, right? And you guys remember the Native American Joe Dirt. He went he was driving somewhere and he stopped and made a phone call. Now we didn't know who that phone call was to. Well, in this episode, we found out who that phone call was to. So Native American Joe Dirt was calling Tara, right? You guys know that Christiana wants Tara to be a bridesmaid in the wedding. And this wedding, he keeps saying that this wedding is about Christiana, but this wedding is not about Christiana. This wedding is literally about Native American Joe Dirt. Like I say, everything that Native American Joe Dirt does is about Native American Joe Dirt. So he's telling Tara that, you know, they all believe that Tara's back on drugs, right? Because Tara's not reaching out to them. So in this voicemail that he left for Tara, he told Tara not to show up to the wedding. But you're going to keep it a secret from Christiana. Like, that's what gets on my nerves with him. He just really gets on my nerves. He really irks my nerves. He irks my spirit. He just annoys me. Just the pure sight of him annoys me. Now, so we see Christiana and her mom. They came back from wedding dress shopping, right? And I was looking at Christiana's mom. I'm like, her mom looks so much different than last season. Number one, mama not on that cane no more. Number two, mama don't got the oxygen. I'm like, damn. Did she go to church and the Lord healed her? I'm not joking about that part. But did she? What happened? Like, did she get healed? Or was she faking? Because, I mean, you were literally looking like, you looked last season like you were on death's door. And now this season you look like, you look a little better. Then we saw Native American Joe Dirt and his friend Carrie. What the fuck kind of ritual were they doing? I was laughing my ass off because it was funny. I'm sorry. No disrespect to anybody that is a Native American, but that shit that they were doing, I have no idea what the hell it was. That chant he was doing, I'm like, what am I watching? I just really feel like Native American Joe Dirt is not really Native American. Yeah, you might, I mean, you can grow your hair long, but your hair still looks stringy and dirty. Just saying. So Native American Joe Dirt told Carrie that he told he told Tara that, you know, not to come to the wedding. And I love that Carrie told Native American Joe Dirt, because this is the issue. You lie about shit. Like, this is exactly why I say he is only about himself, not about Christiana. He only cares about self. He lies to her. He does everything under the guise of it's for Christiana, but it's really for you. All right, guys, I'm tired of talking about Native American Joe Dirt. We're finna move on. All right, these next two couples, they're gonna be really quick. Brittany and Marcelino. This is gonna be the quickest one. As much as I like Brittany and Marcelino, and it's really taking some time for me to like Marcelino, because in the first season I couldn't stand Marcelino, but now I actually like Marcelino, because at first, when we first met Marcelino, he came off very controlling towards Brittany, right? But now you see them as a family unit, and you really kind of like them, right? But they've outgrown this show at this point. They don't have a storyline, because the storyline that they're peddling to us is the dumbest storyline I've ever really heard in my life, right? You give someone that you perceive as a drug dealer damn near $80,000 of your money to put in a checking account, but you don't drop no contract, you don't drop shit that can legally protect you if this motherfucker takes your money. But then when the motherfucker take your money, you want to be Billy Badass and pull up at his house and ready to beat his ass and take the shit from him. You're fucked, literally, because you didn't do what? Get a contract. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Who goes into business with a person and doesn't get a fucking contract? It makes no sense to me. I can't make logical sense of that dumb stuff. Even, I mean, go get a book, go get Business for Dummies. I don't mean to yell. It's stupid. Like, this storyline makes no sense. Nothing makes sense with this storyline. I do love the fact that Marcelino told Brittany that I'm not upset with you, right? He's just scared about her reactions. Brittany wouldn't even have these reactions if she and Kanan, who I still think, if this storyline is real, and I say if this storyline is real, Brittany, you might want to look at your girl Kanan, because Kanan is the one that didn't get the contract with this man. So when she comes to you and say, I didn't, and Brittany, I got a side eye for you, right? So when you and Kanan were talking, you didn't ever at one point ask her, like, hey, so did you talk to him? Like, this is a business. Like, y'all, even if he didn't take the money, y'all know things go wrong in business all the time. Like, what if he got to the point where he said, hey, I don't want to do this no more. Since I'm the one that got everything in my name, I'm getting rid of the company. I'm getting rid of the business. I'm going to sell it to someone. And then when they sell it, you'd be like, where's our cut at? What you mean, where's your cut at? My name was on it. That was my money. No, it was our money. You got that in writing? You got that in writing or blood? Like, see how stupid that sounds? We're moving on. Brittany and Ray. This is going to be a quick one, too. This one didn't annoy me, though. Actually, in this episode, neither Brittany's annoyed me, right? But this Brittany didn't annoy me as much as she normally does. It was actually nice to see a different side of this Brittany. Brittany's talking about this secret that she has. So she and Ray are going to go see a fertility specialist, right? So she keeps talking about this secret that she has from Ray. And I'm like, girl, is it about your age? Because I'm just like, you look older than 33. And then I finally figured out what it is about Brittany that makes her look older. It's that ugly ass wig she's wearing, right? I'm like, that's what it is. That wig is aging her. Because in her confessional or interview with the producers, she got this bone straight wig. It looks nice. Nice part, nice everything, right? And I'm like, that wig looks nice, right? And it doesn't make you look as old as that other wig you wearing. Because that other wig you wearing looks like a church lady wig. No offense to my church ladies out there, but it looks like a church lady's wig, right? So, Brittany, girl, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the things that you do that make absolutely no sense, right? So you guys remember, Brittany's been telling us that she and Ray have been trying to get pregnant for the last 2 months, right? But nothing. And she wanted to try to put it off on Ray. Ma'am, why didn't you divulge your medical history? It's nothing wrong with the fact that you got pregnant 13 years ago by your boyfriend, right? There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But why keep it a secret, and why then say, why wait until we come to this damn doctor? Because you've been putting it off like it was Ray and his sperm that was the issue. And it's not even it's not even a real issue, right? It just could be a hinder. It could be one it could just be a big thing. It could just be this tiny little factor that could be preventing you from getting pregnant. And if you had a conversation with him and told him and said, let's go to the doctor and let's see what our options are, like, let's see if this will stop us from getting pregnant, and if we have to take some other kind of, precaution, if we have to take some kind of other measures to get pregnant. So Brittany had an ectopic pregnancy when she was 19, she said. But you're 30. She said she's 33. She's 33, but this was 13 years ago. But she was 19. It must have been before she turned 20. But she had an ectopic pregnancy, right? So so she lost a baby, and they took out, one of her fallopian tubes. And I'm like, Brittany, that's nothing to be ashamed of, right? Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, but why did you keep it a secret? That'd be my issue with Brittany. You keep the littlest shit secret. It's the small shit with Brittany. But that's it. We're going to move on and wrap up. Lacey and Shane are the last couple that we're going to talk about. So at this point, Lacey and Shane, they're getting ready to go so that Shane can do the... Girl, I'm about to say paternity test. I'm about to say paternity test. I be thinking about DNA diagnostic because I don't know why they came up in my brain. Lacey and Shane are getting ready to go do the lie detector test. I think because I was thinking about Maury. So they're going to go do the lie detector test, and Lacey thinks that it's really stupid that they're doing this lie detector test. Well, Lacey, you wouldn't have to take this lie detector test if you didn't listen to your friends. Stop letting your friends hype you up to do shit that's stupid, right? Like I've been saying this. I've been saying this for like a week now, right? I've been saying this for a while, right? I know I've said this in my growing up hip hop, not growing up hip hop, but marriage bootcamp reviews. Like, and I said this in my Love After Lockup video about her too, right? If you feel that a person is cheating on you, right? Ask, are you cheating on me? I know people are gonna lie, right? But if you feel like, and if they lie to you and you still feel like that they're cheating on you, right? At that point, it might be best for you to say, you know what? I don't need to be in this relationship, right? Because this is unhealthy for me and it's unhealthy for all involved. So the best thing for me and you is that I just, distance myself and move on with my life, right? Instead of going and looking for things. So they're doing the lie detector test, right? And, the polygraph examiner, she asked Lacey, what does he want? What are the questions that she wants to ask, right? So I want to know if he is having sex with another woman. Why isn't he having sex with me? And has he talked to any other woman since the birth of our daughter? And she also said that, so John and I are just talking. Literally, we're just talking. So the polygraph examiner did change one of the questions. And we saw that on Marriage Bootcamp where they do change the question. They do change the wording of the question. So in two of the questions, he changed it. Instead of it just being women, he said women or men. So they do the polygraph test, right? And WeTV is so dramatic. The music was so dramatic. Like they made a mention to focus on Shane's movements, especially when it came to the questions about women or men, right? And I was like, why are they doing this, right? So the polygraph examiner does tell them that Shane is keeping secrets from Lacey and that he has talked to men for sex. I was like, what? You don't say so. And then I figured it out after a while. It came to me. I'm like, wait a minute. Shane and Lacey both had an OnlyFans account together. And Shane said that he's talked to men on OnlyFans for money. I'm like, you know what? I can see it. Because it does happen, right? It really does happen. Because I see it on Twitter a lot. I do see a lot of people on Twitter. Men will flirt with other men just to get them to go and subscribe to their OnlyFans account so that they can watch whatever they're doing, if they're, pleasuring themselves or using toys or whatever. Because, straight men, and more specifically, gay men consume a lot of porn, right? So I was like, okay, I can understand that, right? But he's like, he's married and he's not gay. Now, I don't know what Shane does, because I do see some men who will, and they say, I think they call it gay fishing or something like that. They will gay fish, right? But I have saw some men that will have sex with other men, but they say it comes into that whole I'm gay for pay. I don't believe in that, right? Because you have to, money doesn't make your dick get hard. Like, let's be real. Money can't make your dick get hard. Like, that's sexual. You can't have sex with money. So you have to get aroused somehow. Now, I know some men have to watch straight porn to get aroused, but in the cases that I've saw, you're not watching porn. You're getting aroused by this man. You're getting aroused by this man and having sex with him. I don't know what Shane is doing, but yeah. That's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. And share the video. Until the next one, stay safe. You guys take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed. And I'm going to see you guys later. I'll see you guys later on tonight for Love and Marriage Huntsville. That wig on Mel's head gotta go. See you later, guys. Bye.